is only October and I'm already in the Christmas spirit, as you can see, because my dashboard is lit up like a Christmas tree. That right there is the main source of the problem we're going to fix today, our oil pressure gauge. Yep, and that's how you know we're going to get this done right. Alrighty guys, so today we're going to be replacing the oil pressure sensor in my 05 Chevy 2500, the 6.0 engine. Very common problem is that sensor goes bad after a long period of time. And you know, like mine, you just saw it'll go all the way up, then all the way down. It'll read low oil pressure. If you're driving down the road and get that in one of these trucks, you know, don't panic. Usually it's not your oil pump or some internals failed. It's usually just that sensor. Relatively cheap and easy fix. Got the new part for the new sensor for a little under 60 bucks. And I did get a specialty socket from O'Reilly. It was like 13 bucks just because it's a brass sensor and so it can strip out very easily. So I figure why not spend a little more, save the headache, because of the way the sensor is located. It's all the way at the back of the engine right by the firewall. If you strip it, it's going to be a real nightmare to fix. So let's get at it. Alright, now getting at our sensor, first you want to remove this cover. Doesn't really do anything, just kind of makes it look all nice and pretty. There's one 8mm bolt in there. Now getting our sensor, don't know if you can even see it down there, but it's way deep in there. We got it loosened up. Right down that way. Got a couple extensions on there. I'm gonna get it out. Yeah, see, that's why you want to use your specialty socket for that, because if you strip that, it's way back here. It's not going to be a fun time getting out. There it is. Yeah, very corroded. That could be why it wasn't working right. Could be precisely why. So we'll get our new part, throw it in, and see what we got now. Okay, just for a little bit of better reference here, this is the sensor. As you can see, I got unplugged. That's actually the new one I got started in by hand. I just want to get you a better shot of it because it's so far down there. It's hard to get on the camera, especially with the light poking through there. But yeah, hopefully you can get a good idea of that. So obviously, get it started by hand. Be very careful not to cross thread it. Make sure it goes in there nice and straight. Yeah, now we're going to tighten it up, plug it back in, and see what happens. Alright, that's done. One other thing too, when I pulled the old sensor out, what I did is I stuck a pick, or as we like to call it in the trades, a booger picker. Stuck that down there to kind of clean the threads up a little bit, but don't do it too hard. You don't want to scrape them up too badly. But there's supposed to be a little screen in there. It's kind of like a filter. I did not feel in there, so that leads me to think this has already been replaced at one point. I did some research. I guess you don't even have to have it in there. So, yeah, we'll just plug it back in, run it as is, and see what happens. All right, there it is, all hooked back up. That's what it looks like. I really apologize because with that light sticking through at the ground, it's very hard to see. But we got her all back in. Now I'm gonna throw that cover back on, start up, see what happens. Cover's on. One closer look here at the socket you're gonna want to get. If you have it at your O'Reilly, AutoZone, and your parts store should have them. 1 1/16 of 3/8 drive, specifically for these oil pressure sensors. Because like I said, that brass very easy to strip, and yeah, way back there as you saw, it wouldn't be a fun task trying to get it out if the head's messed up on it. So it wasn't necessarily a hard job, just very uncomfortable to get it laying all the way across from the engine. But we got it in. Let's see the moment of truth. Fire it up. Oh, yep, right at 40, right where it's supposed to be. Perfect. Well, one less warning light on the old Chevy now, and one more gauge that actually works right. Alrighty guys, I'm going to wrap the video up now. Thank you for watching. Hope it helped you out. Like I said, that's a very common problem in these trucks for that sensor to go out. best to get it replaced because you want to know what your oil pressure is, make sure everything's reading all good. Not a super hard job, relatively inexpensive, just sort of uncomfortable. You got to be leaned all across there. Not the end of the world. Got it done. We'll talk to you next time.